Greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution. Another opportunity for us to consciously evolve past our animal natures. Yes, that is today's stream topic for me at least. I read the last to last chapter of Your Head as a Houseboat this morning, and it goes into talking about the zoo inside of you. The book basically follows this pattern. Hey, Pedro, good morning to you. It follows this pattern of explaining that you have all of these systems. You have all of these, you have like garbage, baggage, stuff that you have like stored over your life that you hold on to, right? Whether it serves you or not. And then you have unintended hitchhikers that's on your houseboat, like your aunt that said something mean, or that gym teacher that called you fat or whatever, right? That you now have them living in your houseboat saying those things to you. And then it talks about having these bosses inside, right? These bunch of bosses, and there's five of them, and all of them want to ensure that your life is as good as it can be. Then you have the sock puppets, that you're not good enough, sock puppets. And then there's the windshield of perception, right? You look through, and depending on the filter you put on this windshield, you see reality in a certain way. And then finally, it gets to this part of the book where it talks about the zoo. That you have this whole zoo inside of you. You have these animals that have needs. Essentially, you are an animal that has needs, right? And these needs can sometimes be the main act, right? Even though you have all of these other layers, these zoo animals are kind of the thing that ends up taking a lot of your attention. It talks about, as you keep going deeper still, how you find your inner child, right? And that you you essentially should like do this whole exercise of finding an old photo of yourself as a little kid, ideally one that you're cute, you were smiling or something, and then you should start saying all of the mean things you say to yourself to that child. Be like, stupid ass, don't know what you're doing ass, right? And then see how you feel about that. You'll be like, I don't know if I like being mean to a child, and yet you do that all the time, right? You're still that inner kid.
Were
And
you talking about parenting yourself?
the last little bitty is about like finding your inner child, not so much parenting yourself, but realizing that we're all kids. It even goes into a bit where you like meet your dad, and then when you meet your dad as an inner child, your dad is also a child,
Right.
right?
Yeah, no, that's something that I'm really big on as well. Is kind of like parenting your inner child, like
Mm.
your higher self parenting your inner child, because like your inner child, like recognizing whenever your inner child is acting out and wants to like put reason onto something that happened that like might not necessarily be the reason, like your inner child in there being like, well, this must mean this, if this then that, and it's like,
Mm.
no, well, the inner child, there's actually many reasons out there in that these things happen. It doesn't necessarily mean that, but you need to let's practice
Mm.
emotional regulation.
It talks about compassion in that way as
Yeah,
well. And now, if you learn how to be more compassionate of your own inner child, it helps you to be more compassionate of other people as well.
for sure.
Because you're like, oh, even you are just a little kid that's just trying to figure this whole world thing out. All right? Have some grace upon yourself. I don't know if I like being mean to a child. I've read some shit on Reddit, and I would circumstantially disagree with you on that. It's about your own, like being mean to yourself. Star Lord, hey, side angels, side angles. Yeah, yeah. More Chris Pratt comments, of course. I'm gonna go in Pratt the day away. That was like one of my favorite Chris Pratt comments. I'm gonna go Pratt the day away. Hey, big dog, can you get your biggest hee hee for Michael Jackson? Boom. Get hee hee, bro. I saw that there's a Michael Jackson movie out actually right now. I'd lie if I said I didn't want to watch it.
You don't or do?
I do. I kind of. Like, I know Michael Jackson is now kind of like steeped in controversy. Yeah. However, I still have a lot of respect for the person and for their journey. Like, if you go and watch his interviews, he,
I like Michael Jackson.
yeah, like I can't hate that person. Like the way he presented into the world, he seemed like such a nice guy.
I agree.
What the fuck kind of trolling is this? Piper Thompson? The nice trolling. Thank you, Ram. Thank you for joining us. Sir, respectfully, you're so handsome. Aw, that's so nice of you to say, William. Thanks. Thanks. I don't get to choose much. I get to like style my hair. But other than that, I got lucky. At least my mom and my dad were handsome or something. So I basically just like rolled the dice on reality and came here. I still get pimples and stuff, and I feel very unhandsome when I see pimples on myself. Or I'm like, dude, I wash my face every day. Start screaming, screeching like a pig in mud. You know what I mean? But then people like you come through and like share something nice with me. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be so rough, so rough on myself. To be honest, I don't believe everything that you read online. It's best to talk it out. Debate is that debate it that is sin, but a part of discussion of learning each other. Yeah, I agree, Pedro. When you have a conversation like that, you learn a lot about yourself too, right? You see the things that trigger you when someone says something, and you can either be triggered or you can learn from your triggers, right? Like there's a bunch of exercises in that book that I read that I haven't done. I kind of like just do them in my mind. I haven't done them on actual paper, and I think when I read it again, I will actually be doing the exercises properly. And that's one of the things, like almost a discussing with yourself, right? Writing things down and seeing what your bias is and being like, neat, interesting. Michael Jackson is Stephen Controversy, not anymore. Kevin from Home Alone had an interview where he talked about how Michael saved him from being Epstein. I've heard stuff like that too, yeah.
Oh my.
Like he would say stuff like he loves the kids, and I think that's where a lot of the controversy came from. And again, right, people can say whatever,
Right.
and when you're dead, what are you going to do about it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Don't speak ill of the dead.
Yeah. And well, and that kind of like, if you want to go even further, Michael Jackson himself was also a victim.
Oh yeah. Well, that's where I was gonna go with it. Like Michael Jackson was like his upbringing, his childhood upbringing was really, really rigid.
Just exploited.
Exploited.
It's
for
like
sure.
literally his whole
So,
life was exploited.
he never got to have a childhood, so like psychologically looking at him, he held on to that childhood, so he was very childlike in nature while
Yeah.
growing up.
Like the way that he, like I recently saw like a reel or something, like it was on YouTube, but where it was just almost like 3 minutes of footage of him interacting with people, like on TV shows or talk shows or whatever.
He was just playful.
It's so playful, right? Like literally, like as you said, like a little kid.
Playful.
Mm.
Held on to that childhood nature, and it just freaked people out because people aren't used to seeing somebody who's
An adult.
so gentle.
Right. And the soft voice.
Soft.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of, the world was a different time back then. There was a lot less acceptable towards people in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a trip. Michael Jackson may have known the truth all along, and that's why he got smeared as a pedo. Oh, how about that? More depth. Handsome boy. Thank you. Love is true. Britannica. Hey, Brittany. Good morning to you too, dear friend. Welcome. Pedro says, there's no right or wrong answers here. This is why people get blocked on this participant. Let me guys. I mean, there is right and wrong in some ways, Pedro, right? If you're going to come into this space and like write racial slurs, then that's wrong. And we're going to block you. That's gonna happen, I promise. However, if you don't do that, then you won't get blocked, right? Like it's like a matter of etiquette. Yeah, as long as you have good etiquette, and then you'll be welcomed. Prince tried telling us before, sad world we live in. Realm, solid realm, I should say. Sorry. No, you're good, Unis. Thank you for joining us, friend. Welcome. Tupac was telling us about Diddy parties too back in the day, yet nobody listened to his ass either. We agreed, never listened to all, and it's sad. American? Right now, technically, I am. I will be more and more American as I continue forward, but I'm originally South African. Yeah, I'll move to America though. I just wish they would be honest instead of having us be lied to and follow a simulation of dark negative energy. Appreciate you letting us be here. Welcome, friend. Diana was a pure soul. Look what happened to her. Paul Walker and Avicii. Yeah, it's up to us to be the good people we want to have in the world, Unis.
Be the change you want to see.
Be the change you want to see. I said those exact words to my dad in our phone call last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about how every
Make the world a better place than look in the, what's he say? Look at yourself and make the change.
is that a
Jackson.
really?
You want to make the world a better place than look at yourself and make that change.
That's cool, actually. Yeah, my dad's fractal was about like travel, where my dad travels for work sometimes, and every time he goes to work in a place, he's like basically put in an office, right? Imagine going to put your favorite country that you would like to visit here, and then the only thing you get to see is an office building, and then you go from office building back to airplane, and then you go back home, right? And he gets pretty peeved. I've never heard him share his peevedness until yesterday, where he was like, yeah. He used the words, it's a little bit dog face. I don't know where he got that term, but he's like, it's a little bit dog face to, be in a whole different country and only get to see the inside of an office building. And then I'm like, yeah. And then he mentioned that he has one of his directors of the company that he works for over in South Africa. And they wanted to take him hunting. And he was like, I'm not really into hunting. And then they wanted to take him golfing. And he's like, I'm not really into golfing either. And he goes, but I am into fly fishing. And my dad was like, bet, I'll take you to fly fish. And now he's going to do that for him. And
Your dad's going fly fishing?
with one of his directors, yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
And I'm like, yeah, good, dad. Be the change you want to see. Because he was like, who's going to do it? My dad is technically a higher up in the company. But now he's just like, entertaining one of like usually you'd be like, oh, somebody needs to be hired for this. Somebody's job is to take,
Entertaining.
yeah. But now my dad's like, well,
I'll do it.
nobody else is gonna do it, so I guess I could do it. And I'm like, yeah, good, dad. Be the change you want to see. You're welcome. Thank you for the 1,323,351 and 83 cent donation. I appreciate that. I'm going to now give it all to charity. I just donated all of it to charity too. Some charity somewhere just got a massive lump sum donation. And the odds are that it's true. Yeah.
That statement is true.
Odds are. Trying to be very much, man. Thank you for being here with us, Unis. Is it the first time that you're here? Thank you for joining us. God, don't like ugly. What's going on, buddy? What's the topic this morning? Today's topic is evolving past our animal nature, right? I'm not saying that we're going to. I'm not even sure that it's possible, but we're gonna discuss it. We're gonna have some chats about evolving past our animal nature. We're all going to have to continue eating. We have to sleep. We have to exercise. We have to regulate our emotions when we can feel ourselves getting peaked, getting emotionally dysregulated. However, I do believe that we are more than just animals, right? I do think so. That might be my own personal bias. And I wonder, maybe you can tell me what you think that evolution is going to look like. If we stop being animals, what will we become? Humanus sacris? Homo sacris instead of Homo sapiens, or maybe Homo Christialis. I like that one too. We become our crystallized forms. I started with the man in the mirror. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Combat journey. In the mirror. Oh, I should listen to some Michael Jackson. Can you please take one of those little fuel canisters? I already opened the one that is closest to the walking side. I want to mow the lawn tomorrow morning. It's gonna be cool. So I can listen to Michael Jackson mowing the lawn. That's gonna happen. Shimona, you're gonna have to go. Goodbye, my love. Have a good day at work. I'll see you soon. I love you. All right. I have to go to work, but I subscribed, man. We're definitely gonna catch up soon and talk. Eunice, thank you for joining us today, friend. Your brief presence is appreciated and beautiful. Hope you know love is true. Sam, keep blessed and be safe until next time. You never know. Manifesting with you, Pedro. The world will become a better place by our actions. I am a jabroni and I accept it. I used to fight it, now I accept it. So free now. What is it? What does it mean to be a jabroni?
Brony?
A jabroni.
Is that something to do? Is that?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I don't think it's the whole My Little
Yeah,
Ponies.
that's what I was thinking.
I don't think it's that. I think they're called something else. I'm not sure though.
Bronies, but...
Yeah, jabroni. I don't. I don't want to know. Like, if you are into My Little Pony like that, you shouldn't be telling anybody. You can accept yourself.
You can tell people, just like talk about it amongst others who share that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a subreddit.
Nothing wrong with that.
I just joined. What are we trying to say? Bro, focus on the chat. I'm focusing on you right now, Arna. Just you. Tell me about you, dear friend. Today's stream topic is about our animal nature and how I believe we are trying to evolve past it. We're choosing to show up in ways that animal nature can't, right? I took the trash out this morning. I took Noodle out. I made Zoe his food. Like, I have these patterns, and I don't know if they're animalistic, right? Is it in animal nature to feed other creatures? I don't think so, right? And in that way, I feel like that is the part of me that's not stuck in my animal nature. And I want to be that part of me more than I want to be the part of me that just tends to my own animal needs. That's kind of the theme that I'm focusing on today, dear friend. How do you feel about America now? America's great. I love America. Do I think the powers that be in America are good? Near. Near, not exactly. However, America to me has been this home, right? More often than not, America has been the people that I got to meet, my extended family, now that I'm married. America has been the friends that I've gotten to meet in this space. America has been paved sidewalks and parks and hiking trails to me personally, right? So I love it. Yeah, it's amazing. I love it a lot. It is humid right now. Oh my goodness, like, I don't like being outside much. However, I have a dehumidifier inside my home. I do need to empty it out and get it running again. It's already back up to like 65 inside. But other than that, ain't got no complaints. Having air conditioning in every single building that I have been in is a stark contrast to where I'm from. It's nice. Yeah, I like it. Like it. I said this before, but the thought of you dressed exactly the way you are, mowing the lawn, makes me laugh so hard. I take my scarf off, Combat Journey, and when the sun is out, I wear America shirt. I wear Angler Life. It's like some sort of fishing shirt that's like long sleeves and it's like UV protective. And then it has a big old American flag on it with two dudes catching fish. on the American flag. That's how I cut my grass. I still wear my pants though, and I wear my big that hat. I wear that hat up there with my feathers in it and stuff. And I get looks. I'll literally have people like fucking turn their heads, crash their cars. At least not as they're passing me. It's pretty fun. It is kind of funny. Agreed. Jabroni, a foolish or contemptible or ridiculous person. I mean, guess I'm a jabroni as well. I can be pretty foolish sometimes, right? And it is as you said, right? Know thyself. Accepting yourself, even if you can be a little bit foolish, is good. Yeah, no spamming. Dilegazia. I thought it was coffee time. Turns out I never added the rest of the water to the French press, and my coffee was just sitting in there, degassing for like 10 whole minutes, putting all of those nice volatile compounds into the air. Smells good, at least, you know. Small victories. Evolution has no final destination, no set endpoint, especially if we're already thriving. But it's still fascinating to wonder where we might go. I do believe we are in the process of transitioning, right, into the next step for our species. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I do believe it's going to look like, at least in my personal opinion, like increased awareness, maybe even telepathy, maybe some ability to move things with our mind again, you know? Maybe energy healing, maybe some. I don't know if we'll be able to fly. I don't know. If we can move things with our mind, maybe we can move ourselves with our mind. I'd love to fly. Please. Please let me evolve the ability to fly. Please. Please, I beg of. I beg of all that's holy in the universe. I want to fly. But I also want to be extremely strong so that if I hit a building while flying, that I don't instantly splat like a like a fly against the windshield. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Evolution has no endpoint. I mean, 5 different times creatures evolved into crabs combat. There might be our final endpoint, but there's an ideal build nature clearly prefers. We're gonna become crabs. I don't know if I want to walk sideways, but it is true what Sam says. Things seem to keep going back to being crabs. They're like, you know what? I've tried all of this other way. How about back to being crab? Crab clearly works. There's a YouTuber. I'm forgetting his name. His content is very dark, relatively speaking. But he created this little show of his own called Insider Trading? Outsider Trading? It's basically about these hyperdimensional entities that when they discover other species, they basically get to cash in on them as assets, right? And the entity that discovered crabs is like really rich because there's just so much crab. There's crab everywhere. Crab all over and over again. Nice ad. Thank you, Ivan. Yeah, man, I assumed you actually changed clothes, but it's funnier to think of it in the way that you are. Desire, I'm back. Hello, Bandile. Welcome back. Hannah is here too. Thank you, Hannah, for joining us. Can I share something with you? Please, ultra funky Welsh lady. Same shirt from yesterday. No, literally not. Tell me. Tell it to the tell it to our Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father, please, can I evolve the ability to have telepathy, move things with my mind, and fly, and also have like extremely tough constitution. So if I like while flying, like pay attention to something on this side, and I hit a wall, I don't die. Please, 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 please. I asked, change your shirt already. How about no, medic? How about no, bro? Gang, go back to school, please. Do you always wear that shirt? Yeah, I mean, I have like 10 shirts that I wear in rotation, right? So you'll see me wear the clothing that I've worn before. again. I promise. All right. I'm not going to buy a new shirt for every single day of the fucking year. That's not gonna happen. All right. I wear my shirts until they disintegrate as well, right? Until they start like tearing off of my body before I replace them. I pray to you, Tom Cruise. Please let me fly. I beg you, please, Tom Cruise. It's combat journey. Love from Australia. Thank you, Joe Smith. Love to you, dear friend. Thank you for joining us. I like being part animal, part higher being. Wouldn't want to lose either. That's a interesting point you make, Mojo. It's a really interesting point. Liking something. What do you think you'll lose? What do you think you'll lose if you become more higher being? Right? Give me a smile. Boom. Smile given. Smile taken away. What do you think you'll lose, Mojo? Do you think you'll lose food? Do you think you'll lose hot shower? Do you think you'll lose comfy blanket? Do you think you'll lose playing in the mud? What do you think you'll lose if you become more higher self? Right? I'm really curious because I don't think you'll lose anything. I don't think you can lose anything, right? In the process of evolution, it's going to be a matter of like choosing, right? For instance, if we adopt super sophisticated machines and have robotics take care of us, you'll lose ignorance. Ooh, Tomo, maybe that's a good one. Maybe we'll lose ignorance. I could I could go for some losing of ignorance. Yeah, but ignorance is bliss. Have you considered maybe bliss is bliss? How about maybe if we evolve into a higher self, there will be more bliss on the other side. It's my birthday in 20 minutes. What timeline are you existing in, Michael? Happy birthday to you, dear friend, if this is the case. Mm-mm-mm. Lol, what is going back to a crab? Go and search. Why do things keep evolving into crabs? And you'll probably like find a whole person in the YouTube video about it. Sam said to our Welsh friend, Welsh lady, we're happy to have you here. We'd like to know more about you. Can you tell us a bit about your spiritual practice? Indeed, right? Telling us about all of the things that you do. I know that you're probably trying to build yourself a life, right, where you get to do these things and you get to like earn an income. But I'm like, I earn very little, right? My current income potential is like 300, probably closer to $200 a month, right? That's how much I make doing this, right? And I do it every single day, and I share with this community. You trying to advertise your services in this space means that maybe, right, maybe you get like one person to be interested, but I have barely been able to like get a single person interested in supporting me financially, right? So like this is not the way. This is unfortunately not the way, right? You're not going to get far doing it this way. Maybe you need to get better at like manifesting, right? I think maybe that's what your journey needs to be called to. Like you need to learn about the hemisync tapes. And I'm not being facetious. I'm being really serious right now. The ultra funky Welsh lady. Go and find out what is the gateway process. You search that, and then what is hemisync, and then you go about finding those tapes. They're on YouTube as well, I'm pretty sure. And then you spend time with those tapes, right? And you get really good at finding your own center point. And then from that center point, you'll go into these higher states of mind. And then from those higher states of mind, you can start being very clear about your goals and about what it is you want from your life. And, then we can talk about it again. Basically, you're saying we're going to become the X-Men once our mutant gene kicks in. I hope so. I sure hope so. I'm probably going to be one of those that ends up growing fucking fur, like the beast, That'll be my luck. I'll be like, of course. I get superpowers and I turn into a blue monster. Do you have that chrome heart on? I don't know what the chrome heart means, but it sounds kind of cool. I think so. Broken DOS. Sending you blessings, friend. We got Flavia joining us as well. He liked the smile. Sacred and holy to speak. Yeah, 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 yeah. That guy joining us too. Thank you. I'm in Australia. It's 11:40. That makes sense, Michael. Well, it's not your birthday yet, so happy unbirthday to you for the next 18 minutes. A very, very happy unbirthday to you. To me. Very happy unbirthday. It's true. I work, there we go. Now we're going to find out. I work with underworld energies, powerful spirits, and ancient binding methods to deliver justice, enforce strict boundaries, and help you completely reclaim your power. You see, even though I hear you, the ultra funky Welsh lady, wouldn't I be giving away my power if I asked you to do such a thing for me? That's my own personal judgment, right? Please give me a shout out. No. Near. Yeah, I think you've had enough exposure for today. Tom O'Karn. On the other side of the world, happy birthday. Here, there's your present. Just make up whatever you want inside. I hope there's superpowers inside. It's my birthday today, Liam. Well, happy birthday to you too, dear friend. Thank you for joining us here today. Yeah, our animal nature. A very merry unbirthday to you. You know what I'm talking about, Combat Journey? Me and Joe, 2 days ago, watched Alice in Wonderland, and it was an experience. It caused me great deals of stress. I like watched almost like a deep dive afterwards, like an analysis of the movie, and the analysis starts with, this is a calming movie, right? This movie will is like very like easy to watch, and it's like calming. And I'm like, excuse me, well, did we watch the same movie? Nothing about that movie induces calm. That whole movie, I'm like, well, it's not about giving your power away to anyone else. It's about using the craft as a tool to uncover the strength and you. Control what you already have inside of you. I hear you on that. And I think that's where I'm coming from, Ultra Welsh Lady, with my practice, right? My practice has looked like yoga. That's like the biggest one for me. It's like going onto my yoga mat every single day has been the way that I claimed back all of that power. I used to have like really bad lower back issues. And then doing years of yoga about it stopped that, right? And in that way, I claimed back that power that I was lacking in my life. Alongside that is, of course, meditation. I've been doing these meditations as of late. They're called the gateway process. And again, those tools, as you use the word, are made in order to get better at understanding the mental power that you have, right? And none of it deals with underworld energy. All of it is higher dimensional energy, right? It's like connecting to your higher self. It's in realizing that you are not just this physical body, that you can perceive more than the physical realm. You can, right? So like that's the thing as well. Like even if I was really interested in claiming my power back, in finding out that you work with spirits, what's the word? You work with underworld energy or powerful spirits or ancient binding methods. I don't like being bound. I don't like binding others. I don't mess with otherworldly spirits, and I definitely do not mess with underworld energies. Right? They're still there. Necromancy and grave work, nay. Right? So maybe that could be. And again, this is your practice. This is your your attachment, but you're going to invite only a certain set of people, right? People that are already kind of involved in dark energies inside the self. And maybe because they're in that dark space, they might gravitate towards that darkness. But that's not the kind of people that find themselves here in this space, you know? People here are more aligned with the good stuff, or at least they try to be. Oh my galoshes. That song is going to keep stuck in my head all day. I'm so sorry, Tom McCarn. Happy unbirthday to you, dear friend. Jesus had necromancy powers. It's not untrue, technically. He did resurrect himself from the dead, according to lore. I personally don't believe it. Right? It's like, what's more likely? That's the way that I kind of approach biblical stories. What's more likely? That one, people lie, or two, people come back from the dead. You know? And then if you like follow that line of reasoning, it's like, very clear. Very clear what's probably happening there. Holy priests and paladins have that power. Yeah, I'm yet to see any of it. I'm yet to see any of it actually happening. All right, personally, all right, and I've been around for a while. I don't think I've seen everything, but I've not seen any of that. Jesus wasn't a necromancer. He was a paladin. That's pretty cool. Necromancers bind their soul to objects, such as a phylactery. Let's focus on the power of Jesus. We don't want others to know about. Please love the Catholic Church. I'm a Jedi myself. I stay away from the dark side, but you have to embrace it slightly to create unity. I'm not suggesting that you should completely disavow, right? There's something called shadow work. When you stand up for something, you cast a shadow, right? So in that way, you cannot escape the fact that you have a shadow aspect of yourself. And if you deny that shadow aspect of yourself, it causes a whole other plethora of issues. However, it's like the wolf you feed kind of thing. If I spend my time all day, every day, trying to commune with spirits and the underworld, I'm going to be in a space where I'm going to be communing with dead spirits and the underworld and the dead, right? And even though there is a lot of dead, right? If you look out of the window right now, right? I don't know if you have a window close to you. Actually, just in this space that you're in right now, there has been a lot of death here. If you think about this space fast forwarding throughout all of time, right? Maybe a deer, maybe a bug, maybe a snake, maybe a worm, maybe the grass, exactly. The grass has died, right? There's been death upon death upon death upon death in this space. However, what we see right now is life, right? Doesn't make all of the death that has happened here any less real, but what is real right now is life. Right? That's the part of the reality that we have access to right now. That's the part that we live within. We are that living energy, kind of perpetuating itself. My curls are like, I wanna be free. I wanna be a real boy, or something like that. That's using your critical thinking. That's called Occam's razor. Yeah, the most simplest explanation is probably the right one. I cast lightning bolt. Is that why my hair is so up in the air today, Lone? I associate being an animal with being one with nature. I wouldn't want to completely sever that connection. So, the way I see it, Mojo, is that you are nature. Right? You are nature. And even if nature evolved, right? Even the AI is nature. Even robotics will be nature. I do believe this, right? Because nature is everything. Everything in this realm is going to be natural. Hey, Zoe, what's up? Hey, Zoe, what's up? You want to use your words? You want to go bye-bye? Hello? You want out? Let me open your windows for you. Turn on your TV. Are you backing at it? I'm backing at it. I'm backing at it. Yeah. You wanna? You want some cookies? Is that what you want? It's like, yeah, of course I want cookies, bro. Have you not gotten with the program? I always want cookies. Cookies is what I want. I wanna. Whoa. Man, must support. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna take you bye-bye in a second, okay? Oh, you sweetie bird. Sweetie birdie. Sweetie. Birdie. Sweet. Wanna. Let's spend some time with our friends first, okay? Hello. You saying hello to them? Being like, hello. Whoa. There you go. Say hello to our friends. Say hello. Say hello. Good girl. What a good girl. You wanna give me a kiss? That's a good girl. What a good girl. You are such a good girl, Zoe. You are in which country? I am in the United States of America. You want some cookie? You want to give me a high five? Give me a high five. Wow. And give me a fit. Oh, such a good girl. You want some cookie? You want some cookie? Say, I want a cookie. Say, want a cookie? You want a cookie? Yeah. Like, yeah, of course I want a cookie. Okay. Yeah. Wanna. Yeah. Want a cookie? I want a cookie. That's what I want. You know. There's one thing. There's one thing in my little birdie brain. There's one thing that I want. I'm gonna give you these, but you have to be patient. Whoa. Be quiet. You wanna go bye-bye? You wanna go bye-bye? I'm gonna get you some of these, and then I'm gonna put them in a little toilet paper roll, okay? Alright. You want a cookie? Are you a good girl? Yeah? Let's go get this. Let's go get this. Let's go get you some of this. Yeah. Yeah. Want a cookie? Yeah. All right. Here, step up. Good girl. Now I'm gonna fold this one up for you. Wow. He's like, come on. Oh. Sorry about that. He's like, what's happening back there? Watch, I'm folding it up for you. I'm folding it up. Are you a good girl? That's a good girl. Look. Ooh, wow. Does that look good? Does that look good, Zoe bird? Good girl. Well, be good and be patient. You be patient. You be patient. There you go. Step up. Good girl. Now, let's do a spin. Spin. Good girl. And say hi. Say hi. Hello. It's a good girl. Then give her the kiss and give us a high five. High five. Wow. All right, then give me a foot. Give me your foot. There you go. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Whoa. Wait. When you just threw it on the ground. You hear this stuff in there. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. He's like, come on, give that to me. Say bye-bye. Bye. Good girl. So talented. You hear that? Gobbledygoo thinks you're so talented. Good girl. Such a good girl. Hmm. There you go, Zoe. Enjoy your cookie. Alrighty. Now to return. Where are you going? Gobbledygoo, it's nice having you here, bro. Sending you love. And sending love to the Zoberg, too. Do. There we go. Escaped. There is dead grass on my lawn. Yep. And there's been a lot of other dead stuff as well, right? It's mostly, if everything that's ever died stayed exactly where it was in its dead state, right, you would only see death looking outside of the world. There would be only death. However, because of life, it's not that way. Yo, what camera do you use? It's crisp. I use a cell phone camera, but I use lighting. Right, and I think lighting does more than a good camera will. That's the trick that I've learned. Yeah, you'll also be in a space of other psychos, or you're in some type of extreme psychedelic. Talking about the whole working with the dead kind of thing. Working with spirits is no joke. I remember when I first started learning, my sleep was completely messed up. Yeah, you see, I don't know if you're like doing the opposite of selling it, but if something messes with my sleep, nope, won't touch it. Literally won't even look twice at it because sleep is very important to me. I was getting sleep paralysis and nightmares literally every single day until I figured out how to protect my energy. It's hard work. Creating a resonant energy bubble, or resonant tuning. Yeah, resonant energy bubble. Yeah, to basically protect your own energy space, right? So things can't mess with you in the middle of it. A lot easier. You were in which country? Yeah, I said that. Oh snap, they cast a lightning bolt. That explains the hair. Nay, Buffalo, the witch community has put up a lot of that bullshit from the church folk and ain't having none of that anymore. It's true. Having any of what here, Zoe, you know what you did. You're not going to be grieving on the other people's spiritual practices because you do it differently. The path is the path. Respect their journey. Yes, I said, or you can put your faith. It's a lot easier. That's considered grieving. I mean, it could be considered grieving. You can like say, can put your path in the nature, right? Live like one of the animals. Run with the wolves. All right, it's just a matter of like, none of us know what the right path is necessarily. My mom will tell me to my face that she thinks I'm possessed by something and need prayer. I never correct her because her narrow-mindedness regarding other beliefs is how the system was designed. Some bird, so talented, gobbledygook. Talent sees talent, bro. Buffalo, accepted you were caught and exposed. Uh, Caught and exposed is a joke of a phrase in this scenario. I'm apologizing for nothing. Why are we doing this? That's what I want to know, right? I don't think there's like winning on either side in this moment. That'll do, Zoe. That'll do. Are you from freedom? Yeah, straight from the freedom. All right, Melt. What the heck is going on? You tell me, Lone Buffalo. I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just having a good time right now. This is. I'm gonna relax actually for a second. Yeah, take a deep breath. Relax. Yeah, relax. Hey, let's all let's relax. Let's calm down for a second. Take a sip of coffee if you have some. Drink some water if you don't. Look around yourself. See how much you have to be grateful for. Take another big breath. Bring ourselves back to this present moment. Hi, bro. Rao says, I'm 30 but not married because of my name. Rao is your name? Rao is a cool name, dude. I don't think that's the reason you're not married. Suggest deep. Just another Tuesday, brother. Just another Tuesday, dude. We're here again, aren't we? Animal nature. Animal nature can kind of steer us in directions. Especially if we find ourselves kind of in that fear state, right? Fear is a relativity. It's like one of those things where you might not even register it as like fear itself, but as a discomfort, right? I think people are scared of being uncomfortable more often than not, right? Especially if you have gotten very used to controlling your state of reality. I feel like I am slowly but surely getting better at emotional regulation. Turning 28 brought with it more maturity. I like to think of getting older as leveling up. And I'm pretty sure I leveled up. I definitely am changing. America has changed me. The food has changed me. My pattern of existence has changed me. And now that I'm doing these gateway process tapes again, the hemisync tapes, they're changing me again. Yesterday I did color breathing, where if you want to heal any part of your body, you take a big inhale, hold it, and then imagine purple light or the color purple. And then you project onto that part of your body that you want healing, that purple energy. If you're dealing with heavy emotional experiences, right? Something is perturbing you, something's making you angry, something's making you sad. You take a big inhale and you focus on the energy of green, right? The heart chakra energy. You feel that green, that soft green. And then as you exhale, all of the negativity flows out from underneath you, right? Going out through your feet back into the world. And if you want to do something that requires your strength, your speed, your... It's another word that it uses in the tapes. It's strength and speed. And also like smoothness of action, right? Like doing it the right way. You focus on the energy of red, right? And again, same practice. Inhale, hold, red. Imagine yourself doing a pull-up, right? Or one of those, what do you call them? That's what I imagined, right? Being able to do that. Or maybe you're, going to go into a martial artist battle, combat journey. Breathe in, lock, red. Imagine yourself being strong and fast. And then release, knowing that this next task will be easy for you to do. That was yesterday's fractal. I don't have feet melt. That's insensitive. Are you for real, Tomo? Like I think you've said something about having, like when I talked about like yoga or movement or like yoga, right? We were like, what if I don't have legs? It's like, again, it's you have energy body legs. There's something called phantom pain, right? Where your leg is still there, even though your limb might not be, right? And then that can cause people pain. So you still have legs. You still have feet, even though they might not be there. I literally just heard Zoe laugh. It's not funny, bro. It's real stuff, bro. And I know this with so much degree of certainty that we have the ability now with our modern technology to give you prosthetic limbs, and then we adopt the signals that is being sent, and you will adopt a techno limb like it's your own, because your energy body exists beyond your physical realm, right? And so don't limit yourself, Tomo Karn. You still got your legs. You can still do these energy practices. There's a song about that by Bloodhound Gang. Sounds like a cool band name. Just another opportunity to incorporate wild news spice into the Tuesday Enter. Exactly, Darren. Thank you for being here with us. Bro, you're not supposed to get debuffed every time you level up. I don't think I am getting debuffed. I think it's more a matter of almost growing more and more stable, right? It's like a buff can give you a boost, right? In the game sense, you can get a buff. Maybe you get a like an armor buff. Now you take less damage, and every time you level up in the age way, instead of having or needing a buff to be more strong, now suddenly I am stable on a whole new level, right? Where this buff might have given me this much extra strength. Now, just aging, I have this much level of strength. I can still get the buff on top of it. However, my level of stability, my energy stability has like taken up a step. I have grown larger. I only think I'll be as strong as I need to be to really start enacting change on the world when I'm 1,000 years old. But I'm getting there, 1 year at a time, slowly but surely. I'm gonna be 1,000 years old one day, and I'm not joking. I really do believe that I'll get real strong. I'll suddenly get all of my superpowers when I turn 1,000. But I have to wait 999 and get all the powers. 1,000 and get super powered. All right, and then I get to live for another 9,000 years with my new superpowers. And then when I turn 10,000, I'll get a whole new layer of superpowers again. Yeah. I look forward to having a spaceship. I look forward to going and having a picnic next to Jupiter. All right, just get to see the massive Jupiter next to us as we're having picnic. I look forward to it. But I'll have to live to 10,000 years probably to get there. I definitely don't pretend to know everything, but I would say if whatever you're doing is making you believe in magic and things that aren't real like demons, then it's best to avoid it. Melt, you're exactly right. People are terrified of being uncomfortable. That's why I go ahead first. Go ahead first into it, because that's how you grow and learn. It's true, right? Like, you can only realize how powerful you are by realizing, right? Like, actually making it real. For instance, like fasting. People are very uncomfortable with the idea of fasting. It's like, what? I'm not going to eat food for a day? It's like, yeah, you can do that, and then you're fine on the other side, right? And only in going through that potentially uncomfortable experience can you almost like level up in yourself, gain that awareness, right? And then for me personally, having gone through that, it's made life easier, right? I'm less pedantic about eating something because I have shown myself the longest I've gone without food is 2 weeks. I didn't eat something for 2 weeks and I was fine, right? Better than fine, technically. I was like feeling great. I was like, this is nice. Whoa, where's all the energy coming from? From you. The energy doesn't come from the food. The energy comes from you, right? The food gives you energy, but ultimately you have to convert that energy into yourself before you can use it, right? And only upon showing yourself that you have energy beyond your food can you really incorporate that knowledge. But it is uncomfortable doing so, unfortunately. It's not very comfortable learning these lessons. But the fear of the uncomfortable keeps you from learning these hard lessons sometimes. Yeah, it's balance. You're definitely right about that. And you hear all of these conflicting things. My coach says, I'm not fast enough. My girlfriend says, I'm too fast. Which one is it? I guess it depends on the objective, right? If you want to get it over with, being fast can help. If you want to be present with it, slowing down will as well. I believe in miracles, Darren says, not the unexplainable, but just what has happened kind of way. Yeah, I feel you on that as well. I got debuffed hard. Minus 40 strength, minus 40 dexterity. Have you been uh, putting in the shama shama effort? Have you been doing yoga, Lone Buffalo? If you've not been doing yoga and you've not been exercising, then aging will debuff you. This is true. However, if you keep exercising, you keep gaining more buff, right? For instance, my father-in-law, Papagani, is 72. He's more fit than I am by a lot, Lone Buffalo. He's more fit than me by a lot. As in, if we both had to like freaking run a trail or do a marathon, he would like smoke me completely. He would like leave me in the dust. Right? He's 72. And it's because every single day he exercises. Even like sometimes to a fault. Like he's kind of like injured himself and he's not allowed himself to recover as well as he would have if he allowed himself rest. But he exercises every day, right? He's more fit than me as a 72-year-old. So it's not a matter of like aging debuffs you, it's a matter of like keeping up with where it is you want to be, right? You're only as fit as you tell your body that it should be, kind of thing, right? And every time you ask your body to perform, you're basically setting a whole baseline, right? For instance, if I want to be able to spend an hour long dancing, I need to dance for an hour long regularly, right? To show my body, hey, this is important to me. It's important to me that you can dance for an hour. And if I just sit down and atrophy slowly but surely, right, for 20 years, and then I'm like, oh, now I want to dance for an hour, my body is not going to be able to do that because I've not sent that signal. I've not told it that that is necessary over and over again. Darren, leaving room for the unexplainable in your life is a wise move. I think that we project certainty onto our perception of the universe. When we project certainty onto our perception of the universe, we lock ourselves out of those types of events. Yeah, having room in ourselves. I think I like the way that you said that. Leaving room for the unexplainable, right? Seeing it as like a guest room. Like build your home, have your own room, have your own bathroom, have your own kitchen, but just have a guest room, right? Like maybe you never get guests. Maybe you'll never get a guest ever. However, having that guest room means that if you were going to have a guest, at least there's a space for them. All right? I like that, Sam. That's cool. Combat, a good answer for a lot of things. Most often is, it depends. Good morning, friends. Good morning. Ciao. I fasted for 5 days. I could not sleep, right? Because of the energy in your body. And the cool thing about that is when you're fasting is your body literally upregulates your energy systems. It doesn't downregulate. Because think about it. On a biological level, if you started fasting, it means to your body that you have not had enough calories, right? So if you've not had enough calories and then it like went into like a pitiful state, like, oh, I can't even move myself, then you would die, literally. Because now instead of actually going out in the world and exercising that action path of finding food, right, you would not have the energy to do that. So your body elicits all of the energy from yourself to go out and get that energy. So you can get that wakefulness. Hello, Meltmore. Hello, West. Welcome back again, dear friend. Just finished a meditation session, followed with a spiritual-filled tug. Joey Diesel Comedy. It's nice to have you here again, dear friend. Welcome back. I think it's the second time that you're in the stream, right? Yesterday was the first time, I think. Welcome. A spiritual-filled talk with mindfulness. It's good to do so. All right. If you're going to talk on anything, make sure you do so mindfully, right? If you're going to do it just to kind of like do it, then it's not going to be as special. But when you do it with this mindfulness of like, I'm doing this because I'm a spiritual entity having this human experience, then suddenly it takes on that quality, right? The filter that you put your mind through. Lamau Combat, it took Melt reading that comment from me to understand the joke. Swoosh. Swoosh. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. There it goes. Yeah, I got that one too. That's why I was like, well, if you want to get it over with, being fast, being fast can help, but usually you want to be present for those moments. You want to stick around. Man, my hair is fighting gravity today. All right, Sam, let me start my solo stove. Will this do right? I was pro level strong. Turns out I have a couple of degenerative spine diseases. Which led me to being paralyzed from the abdomen down. I can walk now after some radical years of personal training or therapy. All right, personal therapy, Lone Buffalo. Yeah, those are what's the word I'm looking for? Extended circumstances, unprecedented circumstances. I'm proud of you for continuing your years of therapy, right? I can't imagine it's easy going through that. I hope that you don't receive or perceive my comments as insensitive in that way either. That is a little bit different, right? In my mind, I'm imagining there's still hope though, right? That if you continue your therapy, you continue moving, going for walks if you can, right? That eventually technology will catch up with us, Lone Buffalo, and your degenerative spine disease will find reprieve, will find healing too. My boyfriend wants to break up, but sometimes I think he is just saying that to get me to do what he wants. Tomo, I am sorry to hear that. I can't imagine that's a healthy state to exist within. What do you think? Is this relationship something healthy to you? Why does he want to break up? Is it just so that you can do what he wants? Is that the only reason you think? All right. Is there something that you might be doing that makes him want to break up? Is he not ready to commit to a long-term relationship? Is it easier for him to imagine, being with someone else? Good morning, wise sir. Hey, Zach Hunter. Thank you for joining us too. Oops, my butt removed your I fasted for 5 days comment, Lon. My bad. I was like kind of wondering about that one, Joe. I'm like, why did that one get removed? That one's not, hurtful. Yeah, it's my second time. Welcome, Joey. Tell us about you, if you'd be willing to. Meditating again does feel a little weird though. After you had your spiritual talk, or just in general since you came back to it. Wow, XOXO Cherry Latte, thank you for joining us too. Prat of the day is Strong Coffee. MeltMore, the philosophy commander. You're a great person for that. Thanks. Appreciate that, Char. I think that's the first nice thing I've seen you say. Is that the first nice thing I've said? Cheers to you, friend. Yeah. Love is true. Since I came back to it, what was your practice like, Joey? Did you used to have like a consistent meditation practice and then you went away from it and then you came back again? How long have you been back in it? How long was your break? And how long did you meditate for before that? I also had a very consistent meditation practice and then I also kind of fell out of it and I also came back to it and it's also different to me at this point in my life. I think it's a bunch of things, right? Like you're a different person at this point in your life. So it makes sense that the meditation would be different as well. But there's also, for me at least, a quality of maturity in my meditation now, where I'm no longer as striving, grasping as to what I think it should be. And I'm just kind of like there for it. There for it as it should be, all right, as it is. MeltMore, bless again. Why do you think he is using it as a control tactic, Tomo? NDB, no, don't worry, Joe, I'm guessing. I used to have a consistent meditation practice. I've done it for 5 years. I stopped for a year because I thought I was fine. That's an interesting reason to stop, Joey. I think I stopped for the same reason, right? I was like, I'm fine. I don't, there's nothing wrong with me. Why do I need to meditate? Like, there's nothing broken. And I think, right, I think it's like very, very honest of me, it would be to say that I am meditating at this point in my life with a lot of like intention. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to grow more mindful. And I do believe that I'm bringing that mindfulness into this space with you friends as well. So it's like this matter of purpose. I have like some purpose in my meditation right now. Do you have a purpose in your meditation? Right? Is it to just be fine? Is it to manifest a better world for yourself? Is it to become more mindful of your own inner process? I originally got into it to help with dealing with trauma that I endured in my early 20s. You see, it's interesting to hear the difference in reasons as to why people find themselves gravitating towards these practices, right? And I'm guessing that the reason that you stopped is because it did help, right? Taking some time, giving yourself a moment. Hey, Joel Darren, I think you're here for the second time as well today. When you take some time to just let yourself be, to let yourself think, right? It's almost like at least in my mind, like the trauma gets boring, right? It's no longer as interesting. It's like, yeah, whatever, yeah. Right. I have to redefine the main core focus because it originally changed into a greater thing that I found a little scary. Fear is an interesting response. Some people believe that meditation is practicing for death. Maybe that's what you found scary, right? Is suddenly realizing that this is kind of what dying must be like. And that's also fine, right? One of my things that I like to share as a little quip of wisdom is that dying isn't dangerous, right? Getting stabbed by a knife, very dangerous. Shot by a gun, pretty dangerous. Dying, however, is not dangerous, right? And in that same way, when you're meditating and you feel that sense of ego dissolution, that sense of you disappearing, don't see it as dangerous, right? See it as a natural part of this experience. See it as natural as living, right? And allow yourself to experience almost like a cloud floating in the sky, right? Be like, huh, and this too, and this too. I can only think about me walking in the mountains and desert I did in a year when I was younger. It was scary because I felt more human and more alive. What scares you about being more human? What's going on, brother? I just got here. Braden Williams. Today we're talking about evolving past our animal nature, right? And we're talking about it not from a perspective of that's what you're supposed to do, but thinking about what that looks like, right? And what that looks like is going to be different for every single person that finds themselves in this space today. To me, what evolving past my animal nature looks like is in almost like being a little bit selfless in so many words, right? Realizing that I have this ability as an animal, as a human, to do things that are not animalistic, right? Sure, there is our sexual needs, our calorie needs, our water needs, our sleep needs, our exercise needs, and I do value these parts of myself, right? And I hold them, right, with gentleness, right, with a perception, with an awareness that they are also necessary. However, they are the foundational ground. And then on top of that, we build our lives, right? We have this ability to feed other creatures. We have the ability to make food for a friend. We have the ability to reach out and connect with other human beings. And I think that's where we stop being animals and we become something else. What that something else is, I consider like Homo sacris, or one of my other favorite ones is Homo Christialis. It's like we're crystallizing, right? There's this interesting quote that I've been thinking about that goes, the first half of your life, you spend forming patterns. And then the second half of your life, you spend repeating them, right? And in that way, what patterns am I forming at this first half of my life, right? Am I enjoying the patterns that I find myself endlessly participating in? Just an endless stream of narcissistic nonsense. Hey, Kat, think you've been here before, right? Welcome, friend. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that life has been kind to you, even if you're not kind to life. I am also the living, right? And when you send messages like that, that was one of my teachings for today. You should see me as a child, right? You should see yourself as a child as well, right? Maybe you say mean things like that to yourself in your own personal journey. But the best thing that you can do is realize that we're all kids, right? Having a having a human experience. We're the same kid, ultimately, that just forgot that we're the same kid. I am incarnated into this vessel, and you are incarnated into yours. And each of us have an ego, right? That is shaped by our personal experience, by our parents, by our school, by the kids that we grew up with, by our environment, our socioeconomic status, by the crashing economies, by the inability or ability to own housing. All of these things do a lot in shaping our egos, right? And the best thing that we can do is become aware of this and then be compassionate. Be compassionate, right? Understand the person behind the words. And if you can do that, if you can show up with that mindfulness, your life will get better. I promise. Try it. Try it. You can always go back to being mean, right? Tomorrow, you can come back and try and be mean again, see if that makes my life or your life better. But try it. You can always go back. You can always go back to doing things the way you've always done it, but try a different way. Maybe things will get, to change for you in a way that might actually be appreciated by your systems. Mm-mm-mm. There we go. We're barely out of the jungle, folks. We're semi-civilized apes with baseball caps and semi-automatic weapons. George Carlin. Reagan George, he knew. Good point of view. Bless. We are not the only thing with empathy, though. No, I don't think I was saying that. I don't think I was saying that. I was more talking about how that is the part of us that's more than just animal, right? The purely animalistic part of ourselves will kill, will kill each other to make sure that our needs are met, right? But the part of us that evolves past that animal nature realizes, cognizes, right? I mean, like, should I, is that going to make the world a better place, right? If I, something, eat all the rich, what is left on the other side of it, right? I, I look forward to seeing our world become a better place. And I honestly believe, oh, flow state. Oh yeah, Tomo Karn. That's a cool sticker. I've never seen that one before. I honestly believe that we are making the world a better place. Right? Every single time we show up in ourselves with that intention of living a better life today, right? I'm going to do one thing today that's going to make my life better. I'm going to wash the dishes today. I'm going to wash my clothing so I don't smell bad. I'm going to clean the floors so I don't have to look at the little bitties, right? Your world becomes a better place. You might not change the entire world, but just changing your microcosm of a world outputs, I do believe, into our conscious mental space that we share a state of goodness, a state of being better. I've been feeling separate from feeling things like joy and other positive emotions naturally after my trauma to the point that it's something familiar. It's wrong, but it's familiar. It's very interesting that you say that, Joey. I'm trying to think where I gained this wisdom that I want to share, but I'm not exactly sure. There is a propensity, a pattern of being that can come with negativity, right? If you have spent your entire life in a negative state, in a fear state, being in that state is familiar. You literally said those words, right? You can recognize that it's wrong, but because it's familiar, you kept finding yourself back in that space because you know how to feel when you're feeling bad, right? However, there are other feelings for you, right? Your mental health is about the story you tell yourself. You can be the richest person on planet Earth, but if you keep telling yourself that you're having a horrible experience, you might as well, right? The external world has only so much influence on your internal experience. And as soon as you realize that, as soon as you might identify, as you have, that you are gravitating towards the familiar because you know how to feel when you're sad, you start choosing to feel other things. To be like, you know what? I might be uncomfortable going out and visiting my cousin or whatever, right? Maybe I don't like their home as much as I like my own. You'll still get to feel different things than what you usually feel in doing so. Show up for the other things. Oh, yeah, okay. It feels familiar. It's wrong, but it feels familiar. And whenever I meditate deeply, I felt all the forgotten things again. And the unfamiliar slash forgotten can be scary. It's true. Uncomfortable is another good word as well, right? Like, oh, wow, all of this other stuff that I've been suppressing, right? I can feel this too. Kat says, therapy speak. All these goons out here trying to diagnose folks after a minute and a half of impression. Remember, what you say about the world says more about yourself than it does the world. Yeah, coming in here and being like, oh, you must be a narcissist. If I was a narcissist, would I be reading your comments? Would I be giving you the time of day? All right, probably not. Right? I would be like, no, actually, I'm not a narcissist. I'm actually a really good guy, you know, I'm the best. I'm like, actually, yeah, I'm like the most humble person on planet Earth, even. Nobody is as humble as me. Dust bunnies are getting it today. Yeah, get them, Tomo. I'm not saying everything is horrible. Most of the time, it's just autopilot when it's not a negative thing. I still do hobbies and whatnot. I do like it when the good stuff comes out. Now, though, I'm proud of you, Joey. I'm happy that you're growing, that you're learning how to be differently, right? And it is a learned behavior, right? All skills, all communication, all almost like healthy being is a skill. And it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort to break out of the patterns, right? To put down the triggers that we carry around with us. I feel like some people, myself included, can sometimes project onto an experience, you know, something that's not helpful. I think it was like 2 days ago with Hoopy, where he shared something about feeling that he's going to get banned or that he is unloved in this space. And I shared with him that that is something he might be believing, right? And I value, or at least see the value, in believing things. However, If what you're believing is causing you turmoil, is causing you to feel worse, is causing you to feel less hope in the future, then choose not to. All right? Seriously. Because again, what you believe is a choice as well. It's a choice that you reinforce every single time you go through that pattern of thinking again. And if you find yourself believing things that are not serving your well being, write them down. Write them down. I believe that I am unworthy of love. I believe that I am a piece of shit. I believe menene. And then present that either to yourself, right? Take a moment away from that writing and then come back to it again. Or show it to someone else. Be like, look at this. Look at this stuff that I believe. And more often than not, they're going to correct you. Be like, this is not true. And this is not true. And that's also not true. So why do you believe it? You can't believe something and know it to be true at the same time. And then when you realize it's just not true, choosing to believe it afterwards is a choice. You should not make that choice. 10% of everything is just me trying to find a penance. It's not that happiness is presence. There are just times where I think I'm unworthy. Yo, Joey, you said the words, bro. Did you used to be Catholic? Good question, Sam. Yeah. Where do these beliefs come from? Did somebody tell you that you're unworthy? Joey, I was in that place for a long, long time, and when happiness did return to my life, it looked like freedom to exist within my space that I did not have before. And unfortunately, I know that it's like embracing animalistic violence for a good cause. I'm trying to get out of that though. Yeah. How about that, Joey? I think that is the problem that we seem to be facing, is we're in this duality of suffering the systems that we're in, and at the same time having evolved past the point where we just want to participate in animalistic violence for a good cause, right? It's like we're no better than the ones that hurt us if we hurt them, right? And in that way, I feel you have to live with yourself afterwards. Some people are stronger than others in that way as well. Some people might think that that is their purpose because they have that calloused nature, that it's them who needs to do the hurting. I have considered myself one of those people, right? That if hurt needs to be applied, then it's up to me, right? If not me, then who? Kind of thing. But again, I'll end up hurting myself, right? Even if I was the best martial combatist, right? You still get hurt. Punching someone's face with your fist hurts your fist, right? It also hurts their face, and there is no separation. So what are we doing? Maybe happiness has already re-entered your life, but you're looking for it to be present as something other than what it is. It's not that happiness is presence. There are just times where I think that I'm unworthy of it. 10% of everything is just me trying to find a penance. Need to be Catholic? No, just a combat veteran trying to, yeah, Jew. I'm so sorry, bro. It's interesting. I feel like you're probably relating to what I shared about the whole violence aspect, right? You were one of those that was strong enough to go and be a combat veteran, right? And now afterwards, you have to deal with all of the stuff that you have had to do in that space. Doesn't make you unworthy of love, right? The past is the past. Remain unattached. Remain unattached. That's the message that I've been absorbing as of late. We got Angela saying good morning from Italy. Love you and your wife and your baby. No babies here. We do have a dog and a burb. Little babies. Amazing and beautiful family. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe. Thank you, Angela. You too, dear friend. Love to you. Hello from France. Hello, Paul. Or Pooh. Pau. Blessed to you. Thank you for joining us all the way from France. How is it that way I feel you saying hurting people? How in that way I feel you saying hurting people. You feel hurt by my sayings, Dreamtooth? If you do, if you do feel hurt by my saying, and my intention was not to hurt you, who is responsible? Right? It's like if I have an open wound and somebody brings about a saline solution, right? I might feel a sting, but still it's my wound to clean. You know? Yep, that's my fingerprint. You can't match it. Well said, Joe Bod. Now you get it. I do. I heard the realization. The same for me, bro. It's the same for me. I have said these words to my dad where I have like cried in realizing that it's gonna be me, or at least my archetype, that needs to fight. Right? That needs to be in that combative state if I am to change the world in the way that I want to see it happen. I am familiar with the Bushido Code and Norse. I don't think I am familiar with those, Joey. You want to share the wisdom that you have gained? Sam is talking about it, saying, Joey, have you looked into maybe the Bushido Code or Norse mythology or paganism? They have a strong emphasis on the moral codes a warrior should have. That sounds beautiful. Shri Gaming, hi dancer. Hey, welcome, Shri Gaming. We're close to dancing again. Yeah, 24 hours from now, I'll have to get ready to dance one more time. I look forward to it. I should go and drink my vitamins. I feel like we're almost at the end of the day stream. It has been a pleasure showing up with you friends. Joey, we judge the past with hindsight, forgetting we never had that kind of foresight in the moment. Allow yourself the grace that you would give someone else. Yes. Allow yourself the grace that you would give yourself as a child. Right. I don't know if you have any photos of yourself as a child, Joey. Look for one, find one, send your mom a message, go and rustle through old photo albums, like however you do it, right? Even if you have to prompt GPT, like post a photo of yourself and be like, reimagine myself as a cute smiling 6-year-old, right? And then look at that photo. And then all the things that you're telling yourself, try and tell that to that child. See if it feels right talking to yourself like that. And use that as your awareness. As Joe says, allow yourself that grace that you would give someone else. I'm not super familiar, but I used to be Norse pagan. How about that? My intuition tells me the reason you struggle in this way is because your path to unity with yourself and others will require you to square your viewpoints regarding purity and requirement. What is your job? My job is to be present. My job is to be loving. My job is to be compassionate with those that I find in my life, to show up for them with the presence that I feel like I needed. There's a line that's been really impactful on me that goes, I grew up to be the person that I needed. All right? That is my job. I'm growing up to be the person that I needed in my past. All right? So that I may be that person to others. You can scream all you want to. You can leave your cookies behind, but I'm not going to come and check on you. If screaming is what you're doing, you can say hello, that's better. But let's be a good girl, and then I'll come and check on you in a moment, okay? You can dance if you want. No, stop. Hello, soulmate. In ancient times, a king would also be a poet and a warrior. Yeah, it's true, Soil mate. You were doing the best that you could with what you knew and felt and carried back then. It's not fair to punish our past selves for not knowing what only time could teach us. That's good insight. I try. Some days it's easier to be that forgiving to myself. What is your religion? Now Norse. I do not subscribe to any religion. I mix up a few religions together. There we go. Yeah, what Joey says, right? The way that I see it is that religion is an agreement on what God is, and spirituality is the pursuit of what God is. And in the pursuit of what God is, you can explore all of the different religions and you can learn from all of them. And you can incorporate the lessons that you feel inspire you towards goodness. If your religion encourages you to be hateful of others, if your religion encourages you to be hateful of yourself, right? Love is the truth. Bring into your life that which makes you feel like there is more love, not less. Dude, will you do the safety dance tomorrow? I don't know the safety dance, Lone Buffalo. Ooh, a donation even. $5? Thank you. You can dance if you want. You can leave your friends behind. Because if you don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine. You can scream if you want to. You can absolutely lose your mind. But I will not come and check on you unless you're a good girl, okay? He can scream. He is screaming, but I'm not having any of it. Check out the music video. Bless you. It's so trippy. Oh, that video? The You Can Dance If You Want To? I don't think I have seen the music video. I'll do that. I'm sure you can find a safety side dance somewhere out there. There probably will be one. Once I move in 2 weeks, I'm going to pick up my copy of The Five Rings again. Sounds good. Give yourself something to imagine into. Now you have to safety dance. You can dance. You can dance. Everybody, take off your pants. Is that not the line? Is that the line? You can dance. You can dance. That video rocks. I need to go watch it now. Everyone do the safety dance. I would do it now, but it is a box surrounded by other boxes currently. You're talking about the child self? It's okay, Joey. It's cool to know that you're moving in 2 weeks, right? Me talking about rummaging through boxes, very apt to your current experience. I hope that the move goes well. I know that that can be stressful. I hope that you take it easy in these moments as you continue forward. Thank you again, Lone Buffalo, for your donation. Not the child self, the book, not the child self. The Five Rings. Nice. My coffee is done before 11. We love that. And now it's time for me to pull some cards. Cut that deck in half. What a stream, huh? Yeah. It's a book by Miyamoto Musashi. Why do I feel like I know Miyamoto? Not like personally, of course, but like the writer. You want to tell us what The Five Rings is about? I'm guessing that you have read it before. To be completely honest, Joey, I legit thought you were talking about Lord of the Rings. My bad. Just the other day, I learned scorpions dance when mating. That's pretty cool. Just today, I learned that from you, Soilmate. That's really neat. Scorpions dance when they mate. I haven't finished it, and I can't remember fully. Even more reason to go and read it again. Maybe you can bring the little snippets of wisdom that you gain from it into this space, and we can learn with you, if you'd be willing to share with us. Hey, I need to get myself new card sleeves. They're starting to split open, and they're getting caught on themselves. All right, shuffled. They are super cute. The scorpions. Did I dream about scorpions last night? I'm like having an experience in my brain where I'm like, did I see a scorpion recently? And I'm like, not in my real life, but I might have in my dream world seen a scorpion. Would be interesting to have dreamed about scorpions so synchronistically. Do you think it's moral to use gene engineering technology to take evolution into our own hands? It comes with issues, but has endless potential. I look forward to it, even Hames. I look forward to taking my evolution into my own hands, right? Upregulating my foliostatin or downregulating my myostatin, boosting my brain-derived neurotropic factor, maybe even increasing, ideally certain peptide releases. I don't consider it immoral to do so. I think it would be immoral if we gatekept that technology and everybody didn't have equal access to it. That would be the immoral part for me. But taking our evolution into our own hands, I don't think it's immoral, right? Like when you exercise, you're doing the exact same thing, right? When you're like pushing your body, when you're doing push-ups, you're gene editing yourself, literally, right? Like it literally changes your gene expression. It's a little bit like rudimentary, or what's the exact word that I'm looking for? Low bandwidth, right? The intensity of the gene expression isn't as instantaneous or clear, but we choose. We choose. The morality comes in getting to choose, right? What it is you want to do. If you're trying to gene edit yourself to be superior to others, then the morality question comes into play again. But if you're doing it in order to ensure your well-being, right? I do believe that a person that is well is more capable of being kind to others, right? A person that is sick in mind or body has a harder time being kind than someone who is not. I've known people that are sick in a body or mind that are very kind, right? But I'm sure that it takes even more effort, even more conscious evolution for them to get there. But Miyamoto was a samurai with some philosophical significance. According to legend, he was also history's greatest swordsman in terms of samurai. That's really cool. Do you have scorpions in South Africa? Plenty. Yeah, ones that kill you, even. In fact, there was a scorpion that would kill a person at my birthday party on the copy when we had a little mini festival there. Big ass stinger, right? Stinger the size of my pinky, literally. It's like, oh goodness. Sure happy that we saw it instead of finding out. One fight he won by showing up late with a wooden sword that he carved on the walk there. Showing up with who? Showing up with you. Also, they reference him in a few anime. That's cool. A samurai with the same blade he strikes. Also, be able to do calligraphy and poetry with it. Overall summary, kind of like a warrior in the garden rather than a gardener at war. Damn, soilmate, that's cool. I'm actually getting a little bit of goosebumps reading that. I'm Angela from Italy, we know. Again, I have to go to work today. I wish you and your family a wonderful and blessed day. Love y'all. Thank you. Angela, thank you for letting us know your name every time for us to get to say your name. I hope that you feel loved in this space, and I hope that your work goes well today. Thank you for showing up for your life, being present with it. South Africa, do you guys have to deal with super nasty non-mamba snakes? I have dealt with actual mamba snakes. Puff adders. I've had a puff adder in my room. My dog alerted me to its presence inside my room. It's literally standing on the bed being like, oh, there's something in this room with us. I don't know how Eva woke up, right? Like snakes are usually quiet, but she woke up. Stop, Boomslang. I've never seen Boomslang myself. Sorry, Hoopty Hoops. I You want to send me another stop, Hoopy? One more stop, oh. I'm gonna be locked in this time. I was talking about snakes. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm looking for a Hoopy stop. Hoopy is like, I already sense now. I think they smell. I think you're right, Tomo. It is probably a smell thing. But like she woke up. She like legit woke up and she got on my bed with me. Like, I don't want to be on the floor right now. There's a snake down there. And I don't know if she knew, but that snake, if it bites you, if it bit her, she would just die, right? Like, we are more than 30 minutes away from the closest. Snakes are stanky, they can be. We are more than 40 minutes away or 30 minutes away from the closest hospital, so she would have not made it. I would have not made it if I got bit by that snake. But fortunately, she alerted me. Having farm dogs. Any second now. Stop! Tomo Karn. I sent a stop. I'll keep flaring just to like give Hoopy a chance. But if I reach the end of the deck and I don't see any more stops, then that's the card that we will be reading. I'll read both anyway. But let's see. Man, I haven't pulled this card in a long, long time. Tomo. Whew. Today's stream topic was about evolving past our animal nature. And this card has animals in it. 2 turtles. A lady holding a fossil, it seems. A rock of a shell on it. Flowers surrounding. In a type of spiral as well. And then spiral energy flowing in. A sun coming out of the clouds. Ocean waves. Which one is it? We pulled the card of gratitude. Right, and I feel like that's so beautiful as like a centering message to remember that if we're going to be evolving past our animal selves, gratitude is probably going to be the best way. Right, Tomo? It is perfect. Gratitude. I do believe animals can be grateful. But I feel humans have this unique ability to be grateful for what is. Right? Animals, I think, can be grateful for being helped, or being fed, or being saved. But you can sit here in this moment. Nothing has to change. Absolutely nothing. No more has to come into your life for you to elicit that response of gratefulness for what is right now. Card 38. Matchy my purple today as well. No. Appreciation and thankfulness. Turtles are awesome, but it's funny that there is also something that makes touching them possibly difficult. I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. I don't think they like being touched. Some of them don't, at least. Some of them will contract, but those are sea turtles, so they don't do that. Let's see. The golden spiral within a circle here symbolizes offering prayers of appreciation and gratitude for all of life's gifts. You see it? Circle, and then the spiral inside of it. Then why are they so petable? They do look cute. They do have like such gentle eyes as well, right? The golden spiral within a circle here symbolizes offering prayers of appreciation and gratitude for all of life's gifts. Spirals represent the purest form of moving energy. Therefore, they are a perfect means of expression for sending into consciousness your prayers of gratitude. The priestess figure sits at sunset, consciously acknowledging and giving thanks for the glorious beauty all around. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. Appreciation brings greater understanding and awareness of the miracles. There's Darren's word. The miracles that occur all around us every day. Yes, having room in ourselves. Namaste to you, hoopty hoops. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. Stop. I'll let you go bye-bye, but you have to be a good girl, okay? I'm almost done, Zoe. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. Appreciation brings greater understanding and awareness of the miracles that occur all around every day. Look through grateful eyes. Looking through grateful eyes increases our ability to see beyond ourselves and enjoy life more completely. Choosing this card brings a message of appreciation from the cosmos to your very own heart. Give thanks for your amazing heart, which moves energy through your body so that you may live in this physical world. Give thanks as you open your heart and develop the intelligence that resides there. Living with gratitude is a part of your sacred path. Living with gratitude is a part of your sacred path. Appreciation of your own divine nature, and that of everything around you will assist you to experience expanded awareness and appreciation for all that is. Gratitude is such a simple thing and yet one of the most powerful energies that we can engage. Start each day in gratitude and appreciation and see how your world expands. As you move through your day, take moments here and there to connect with your appreciation for the abundance and love that fills your life. Notice how much more beautiful the world appears as you offer yourself the gift of gratitude. Hot damn. Hot damn, man. That was a very special card pull indeed. I finally get a card pulled without hearing. It's not a literal death. I definitely feel grateful. Feeling here into this gratitude with you, friends. Grateful for the sanctuary that we have shown up for and created together. Grateful for Zoe having been calm for the most of the stream. A little bit of loud at the end of it there, but grateful nonetheless for the calm moments that we did have together. Thank you, dear friends, for showing up here once again, for choosing to stay for as long as you did. I hope that you find even more things to be grateful for today. I'm grateful for you. I appreciate you joining me, and I'll see you again soon, tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. Love to you. Till we do it again.